Welcome back to First News. I'm Nate Fluharty, and it is time for us to take a look at our midweek business headlines. Breaking up Google is an option being considered by the U.S. after the company was recently ruled as a monopoly. Plus, a big inflation report could mark a change in thinking for the Federal Reserve, especially when it comes to those interest rates, something we have been watching for quite some time. Let's get the details. Maribel Aber joins us from the NASDAQ with these stories and a whole lot more. Good Wednesday morning, Maribel.
Good Wednesday morning, Nate. A key inflation report indeed is due out in just a couple hours. The Consumer Price Index is expected to show prices edge just up 0.2% in July. If it comes in as expected, it would be the latest piece of data showing inflation has continued to cool, and it would add to the belief the Fed will start cutting interest rates at its September meeting. Some economists predict the Fed will soon shift its focus from fighting inflation to making sure the labor market doesn't slow down too much. Starbucks is replacing its CEO with the head of Chipotle as it tries to get back on track. Brian Niccol was named CEO of the coffee giant yesterday. He replaces Laxman Narasimhan, who was on the job for a little more than a year. Starbucks has struggled with slowing demand in the U.S. and China, its two largest markets. Niccol built Chipotle into a powerhouse, and the burrito chain stock soared nearly 800% during his tenure. Yesterday, Starbucks shares took off on the news he was taking over. The stock was up 24%. Chipotle shares fell 7%. And a better than expected report on inflation at the wholesale level sparked a rally on Wall Street yesterday. The Dow was up 408 points, Nasdaq gained 407, and the S&P 500 added 90 points. Local stocks, the move included shares of Berry Global, parent of Covalent Specialty Coatings, which gained 2%. Johnson Controls International was up 1.8%. Among the Magnificent Seven big name tech stocks, Microsoft gained 1.7% yesterday, and Amazon jumped 2%. Now, Wall Street is looking ahead to that inflation report this morning. Ahead of that, futures up, Dow futures up 408, Nasdaq futures up 407. Home Depot expects sales will weaken as consumers become more cautious about the economy. The chain's top financial executive told CNBC that homeowners are putting up projects due to uncertainty about the economy. He said consumers have been deferring purchases since the middle of last year. Higher interest rates have caused people to put off borrowing money for big projects like kitchen renovation. Home Depot expects its full year comparable sales will be down from 3 to 4%. It had been expecting a decline of 1%. The Justice Department is considering breaking up Google. That's according to a Bloomberg report. A breakup is just one option being considered after a judge last week ruled that Alphabet's Google has monopolized the online search market. Other options include forcing Google to share data with competitors and looking for ways to prevent the company from having an unfair advantage in AI products. The last time Washington attempted to dismantle a company for illegal monopolization was an unsuccessful effort to break up Microsoft 2 decades ago. Let's send it over to Brian Fowler with another check of your Wednesday forecast. Good morning, Brian.